Before sunrise, a man at Jamestown lowers a wooden vessel into the James River. The water beside the fort can turn salty, foul, and contaminated. Yet without it, he will die. In 1607, even the most ordinary parts of the day, drinking, eating, working, and sleeping, can become a struggle for survival. Jamestown begins in May 1607, when roughly 104 English men and boys establish a settlement on a low peninsula in the country of the Paspahegh people. The position seems defensible from Spanish attack, and deep water lets ships anchor close to shore. By mid-June, the settlers complete a triangular wooden fort with an artillery bulwark at each corner. But the same location that protects them also traps them beside marshland and unreliable water. Inside the palisade are gentlemen, soldiers, laborers, carpenters, sailors, craftsmen, a minister, surgeons, and several boys. They do not share equal status, skills, or duties. Some expect to search for profitable commodities. Others must build, guard, cook, repair, and carry. Jamestown is not yet a town of families and farms. It is a crowded commercial and military outpost, not an established colonial community. A normal morning likely begins with a change of guard and communal prayer. Reverend Robert Hunt leads services, while the men assigned to watch remain at their posts. Then work resumes. Trees are felled, timber posts are raised, crude shelters are repaired, ground is cleared, and small planting areas are tended. This exact schedule was never recorded, but the activities are well documented. Every task consumes strength that poor food and worsening sickness are already taking away. Meals depend on the season and on what remains. Imported provisions spoil after the Atlantic crossing. During the warmer months, the river provides sturgeon and crabs, and archaeology confirms that early settlers eat local shellfish. A pot may hold grain, fish, or whatever can be gathered and traded. But the hardest choice is often water. Because the James is tidal, it can become brackish and salty, while waste near the settlement makes contamination worse. Thirst forces men to drink what may be weakening them. By late summer, the rhythm of work is broken by illness. Men suffer fevers, swelling, severe intestinal disease, hunger, and exhaustion. George Percy remembers nights when several settlers die before morning. The survivors carry bodies from the cramped shelters and return to duties that cannot stop. No single diagnosis explains the catastrophe. Bad water, inadequate food, poor sanitation, heat, insects, and diseases carried across the ocean probably combined. The colony has surgeons, but no understanding of microbes and few effective treatments. Beyond the palisade is not empty wilderness. Jamestown stands within Tsenacommacah, a powerful indigenous political world led by Wahunsenacawh, known to the English as Powhatan. Nearby communities possess established towns, agriculture, fishing systems, and extensive knowledge of the rivers. Relations shift between confrontation, negotiation, trade, and assistance. Corn and other food obtained from Powhatan communities become crucial. The English may guard the fort with weapons, but their survival also depends on people whose territory they have entered. By autumn, summer fish are less dependable. English crops are insufficient, and many of the original settlers are dead. When new supplies arrive early in 1608, only about 35 of the first colonists remain alive. Daily life has not failed because of one dramatic battle. It has been worn down by repeated choices, whether to work while sick, leave the fort for food, trust a trading partner, or drink another cup from the river. Jamestown survives 1607, but survival does not make it secure. Worse hunger, conflict, and the starving times still lie ahead. In the next documentary, we will examine how the colony nearly disappears during the winter of 1609 and 1610. Subscribe for carefully researched stories from world history. Which danger at Jamestown would you have feared most? Disease, hunger, attack, or the water itself?